come with me to Australia. My flight started off at DFW. This is the flagship lounge, which is different from the Admiral's Lounge. As you can see, it was pretty empty. It was early morning. I was departing DFW for my first stop at LAX before my long flight from LAX to Sydney, Australia. I am really nervous about connecting flights, and so I always leave enough time for my layover. My layover was 7 hours, but I would rather be as safe as possible than sorry. I got real comfy and got ready to spend the next 7 hours at the lounge because, you guys, I do not leave the airport by myself just as a security precaution. I don't want to ruin anything for the big flight, something getting stolen, getting into anything, traffic, whatever, so I just stay put. All right, let's buckle up and get ready for our long haul flight to Sydney, Australia. They give you a lot of little amenities. I had a window seat, which is always great, a mattress cover, pillow, blanket. I always feel like American does a solid job of delivering a good business class long haul flight product. And I put my hair up in a bun. When I take it down in the morning, it just gives your hair such a volume at the crown, and it looks like it was just done. This is where American Airlines falls short for me. I am not a fan of the food. If you follow my TikTok or my Instagram, I always say this, but I'm going to continue to be loyal to them anyway because I love their loyalty system, their points, their upgrades, and all of that. So, hey, relationships aren't perfect. Time to get a little nap in. You know, I'm never gonna actually totally sleep on a flight. I'm just so excited I can't. I download my shows on my iPad. I usually watch that for a few hours, and then I get a nap in. And to me, it's more about just being comfortable over actually sleeping for 12 hours because that's kind of impossible for me to do with all the excitement I have pent up. All right, I made it safe. Now get me off this plane right now because a new adventure awaits me. I'm ready to go pat koalas. By the way, it's patting, not petting. I was corrected in Australia. They don't say petting, they say patting. Anyway, I'm gonna go pat some koalas and go hike some of the Blue Mountains. I woke up early and got some pictures in. It's jacaranda season in Australia, so I kept my eyes peeled to see if I saw any of those beautiful purple flowers. I had some schnitzel at this place called Munich, and then I walked around a little bit. Y'all, this is the most photographed pool in the entire world. This massive saltwater pool is made even more iconic by the splashing of the waves from the nearby ocean. In fact, this is how the pool is filled with seawater, and you can swim here for like $8 or $9, I believe, and it's open all year round, but it's not heated, so just know that much. There are lots of restaurants nearby. This is really like a beach town. I went and got some salad, took in the views, and then I got ready for my night excursion to the Sydney Opera House. I'm a classical pianist and an opera fan, so I wanted to check out the Sydney Opera House for myself and not just go on a tour, but I really wanted to experience the sound and the live entertainment while I was there. I wanted to catch an opera, but there was nothing available for like the 3 nights that I was in Sydney. So instead, I opted for the show that was playing, which was a John Williams special with Anne-Sophie Mutter, which was wonderful. But I will say I expected a little more of his famous music. I didn't hear enough of that. Anyway, here's Sydney Opera House at night. Who knew that this happened at night? I had no idea. I absolutely loved it. The Outback is a remote, vast, sparsely populated area of Australia. It's actually more remote than the bush. The Aboriginal peoples have lived in the Outback for at least 50,000 years and occupied all Outback regions, including the driest deserts, until the Europeans came along. So I landed in Alice Springs and got all settled in. Alice Springs is the spiritual home of the Arrernte Aboriginal people, whose Dreamtime story depicts the region being created by giant caterpillars, which eventually become the ridges of the McDonnell Ranges that shelter the town. This is a part of my journey that I love. I love learning about culture. I love learning about people. Out of respect to the Aborigines, I did not record them. I also did not record certain parts of Ularu, which they considered very sacred. Ever since being displaced from their homes, they have encountered high rates of social disadvantage, poverty, low levels of health literacy, and vast crime and alcoholism, domestic cases, a lot of single family homes. So this is something that if you go to Alice Springs, you should learn about. Don't just go to just experience, the McDonnell Ranges. There's so much more in terms of the culture and the people that there is to learn about their situation and what's going on. All right, so I'm going done camel riding, and my last experience I sucked. So let's see if I'm any better today. Australian Amazing Race.
And then kangaroo footprint. And the last here is, this is the red line. Here is like a grass. Over there it looks like a dingo heads. Kunia comes in a grief and anger and leave the Kunia pity and race around the rock. You can see the snake track on the rock here. That's the Kunia's track on the rock. That one. And after that, she came to that place where we can see some holes and carvings on the rock. At that place, Kunia changed herself into a woman from snake, because she can't fight with Liru with a snake. Because she was a non-venomous and Liru was the most venomous, and then she changed. And then she came to that place where you can see a couple of cracks with Akuda. Akuda is a dancing steps when woman is fighting with someone. And then at that place, she hit on Liru's head with the digging stick to kill him. And the small crack is the first hit. And that was not enough for Liru. And then Liru gets back. And then she hit the second one. The big crack is a second hit. And after that, Liru dies.
My time in Alice Springs has come to an end. If I could redo my itinerary, I would do two things differently. First, I would begin with hot air ballooning in case the weather doesn't cooperate. I would then have a few days to play with. My hot air balloon ride was set for 4 a.m. on the day I left Alice Springs, but was canceled last minute because it was too windy. Secondly, I would leave a day for the McDonald Ranges, which can be combined with hot air ballooning because it's such an early morning activity and it takes about 4 hours. By the way, I booked all my flights to get around in Australia on Qantas, but through American Airlines. They are both under One World, and I found award redemption to be quite affordable, around $10K for business class tickets one way. I loved Novotel, but felt like Shangri-La was the best option in terms of location. You're going to have to meet at the marina for most of your excursions, and the tour companies are right by the Shangri-La. Novotel was only a few minutes from the marina, but if I could do it again, I would choose Shangri-La simply because it's optimally placed. I was really excited for this excursion, but unfortunately, the reef was kind of a letdown. There weren't enough vibrant colors, almost no marine life. Where are the fish? Matter of fact, I've done better snorkeling in Mexico, the Caribbean, and the second largest barrier reef in Belize. And now I have to reprimand myself because I should know better. Y'all, don't do what I did and hope for great underwater video on your iPhone. Just invest in a GoPro. I learned my lesson. On the boat, they sold some waterproof cases, but once any water got onto the case, it lost its touch sensitivity and the focus was always out of whack. Y'all, the struggle was real. So I only got the little bit of footage I got that was good, and that was it. So it's like I have the whole beach to myself, you guys. I found this little private spot. Alright, so I'm gonna go for a swim. I have to change into my ugly stinger suit, but it is what it is. It's the start of the jellyfish stinger season, and it's not a problem that I want to have. Alright, so I'm pretty much ready. Gonna head out in the water and do some snorkeling. Cute. Mary. I am a pianist, but my second love is travel. Thank you for following me. Thank you for subscribing, and see you on the next video.